welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Nicole Cole and I love everything decor. I'm not a minimalist, even though I do try sometimes really hard, but I love all kinds of styles. I'm not one style. I like a lot of different, I'm very eclectic. I love antiques and I love to mix in memories and feelings of my family into our home, and I want to show y'all how to do it yourself. As you can see, today we are in our bedroom. And you can see above our bed, we created a garland, and we're gonna do that again for another area that I am so excited to share with you all. It's not finished, but at least I get to share it. This is a very awkward angle, and I'm so very sorry you're having to look at the huge monstrosity of a television behind us, but we are working on that. But I have my tree up and I wanted to show you all what I've added into my Christmas tree. And I'll show you what I've got it in, which is absolutely precious. So in this tree, I have added a ton of these branches. And I'm gonna take you off the camera stand and see if it will show it to you that way, because it's really not showing up in this. So here's what the Christmas tree is in. And I'll show you what's beside the Christmas tree in just a moment. I was contemplating on putting this chicken on the top of the tree, but I've got another idea for that. But I've added in all these limbs and I think they're beautiful. It just adds some green, which I want to add because of our bedding. But this is the surprise that I have been waiting to tell y'all. If you've been watching my channel for any length of time, in our lake house, we had a mantle, antique mantle in there. And I loved it, and I wanted one in this house. So that is why I have this mantle in here. Now at the old house, I had my TV above it. I can't do that here, but I do intend on doing something with you all in the lower area and possibly something above, and just really dressing this area up. I have a few Christmas items on the mantle that I want to use in this area. It's probably not going to be used in this fashion, but I love this mantle. I bought it off of Facebook Marketplace, and it came out of a very old home. And gracious y'all, when I went to see this from home, it was to die for gorgeous. 12-foot ceilings throughout. They have redone the whole thing. It was beautiful. But we're going to concentrate on this Christmas tree right now. I've got decor all over our dresser, all in totes down below. But let's decorate this tree together, and then we'll work over in the bed area on the night. So like I said, and you can't see it in this light, and I'm so very sorry, but I do have these picks added in. I do have one more that I want to add. I'm not really sure where I want to add it just yet, but I will add that in. I think I'm going to do it down here on the bottom. I am just sticking this pick or stem up in the tree, and I'm letting it kind of hang out. See how that is? So I'm letting that kind of hang out. You can see the pine cones and everything on it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Love the snow on it. So that gives it more dimension on that side. Now let's add our ornament. I think I'm going to start up top. And this is what I have for the top of the tree. I found this the other day when I was unpacking, and it's an A for my husband, Alan, and an N for me, Nicole. So I thought, wouldn't that be really sweet in the top of the Christmas tree? I have some, in the garland that I showed you over our bed, I have some raw wood pieces. It's like garland inside that. So I thought that would bring it over here. So I'm going to add that in the top of the tree. I think I need a ladder. So once again, I'm going to add this in the top of the tree. And basically all I'm going to do is pull the garland through to help hold it in. I may adjust it a little bit more while I'm doing the ornaments. But if y'all remember, for this tree, I am using the blue trucks that I got from Hobby Lobby. I bought these blue trucks to match the pillow that I have on my bed that I found at Home Goods. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it down below. I went on a shopping trip with a friend and I bought that piece at Home Goods and fell in love with it. Oh wait, I bought the shower curtain first. Let me show you the shower curtain. So this is the inspiration that I got on a shopping trip with my girlfriend for this bedroom. This is what it all started from. So then I found the pillow online at tjmax.com after I got this shower curtain. So everything is built off a shower curtain. Yeah. So I found these blue trucks at Hobby Lobby on that same trip, and I knew I had to have them, but I got one set. So since then, I have went back, and every time I go back, I get another set. So I have a few. So the more I look at this tree, and I love the green that we put in it. It's not that. I have these stems that have a more of a bluey green, and I am bringing in the blue in here because of the blue trucks. So I'm thinking I just want to add a wisp of this here and there. And you see how I did that one this way? I think I'm going to take and go this way on the bottom. That's beautiful. I have one more stem, and I think I'm going to put it up here. So you can see I've added in one going this way, and then it meets with that one and turns and goes this way, and then it goes with that one. So I'm just going to let y'all see it with the blue trucks and all of the greenery on it. I love it, love it, love it. Even the topper. Y'all, I've turned the camera around on my tripod because I don't like the way it's filming. So please, let's work together and see if this is going to work. So I've added in my trucks, and I got some more trucks, but I want to add some other elements in. So the lighting is so bad over here, I really couldn't get a good shot of the tree, but I did fill in with, you know, some windmills and some of my blue trucks, and these were purchased at Walmart. These were purchased last year at Hobby Lobby. So I just kind of filled in with some things. Look at these. I bought these off of Etsy last year. I have a goat. And I have, let's see, what else do I have? You see another one? Oh, there's a little pig. I mean, there's so much on this tree to kind of catch your eye, and I really like that. But now let's work on some garland for this mantle. So I follow this girl on Instagram, and her name is malliegirlfarmhouse. And y'all, she made a garland piece just like this, and that's what inspired me to make one to go over our bed. But I want to show y'all how she did it, or how I did from what she did. How's that? And I'm just going to use this piece of garland, a little bit of jute, and just some everyday greenery that I have laying around. Actually, I had it kind of boxed up for Christmas, but I pulled it out after seeing her little tutorial or little video on how she did this. And we are going to make a piece of garland to go on the mantle over here. All right, so how I perceived from what she did is she just took the garland and then her pieces and tied them on with jute. So what I'm going to do is cut me several pieces of this jute. Okay, so I cut them about a half a foot, half a yard long, half a foot. And I've already taken some ivy that I had, and I stretched out my garland, and I'm just laying my ivy on top of the garland. Now I'm going to take my jute, and I'm going to tie it to the garland. This really pulls it deep down into the garland so it looks like it's... And I leave my strings, and I'll show y'all. I leave my strings long so I can tie multiple pieces of greenery on. You see how I have that long piece right there? Last one. So there's my garland piece. So I've got it spread out, and now I've got these pieces that I want to add, but then I have these real wispy pieces, and I'm thinking of doing those on the ends. I'm just going to use my leftover string and tie that in. So I'm going to do the same thing. I have one more. I'm going to do that on this side as well. Now, I have two pieces that are like this, and it's a different color than this kind of a lamb's ear look, and I want that to go in this area. Or maybe I want it down here. Let's see. Yeah, I think down here will be fine. I'll just use my leftover jute, and I may have to cut some more strings, but we'll play with it as we go and just fluff this out. And I'll fluff it a gazillion times. You can bend some different directions. So then I have these pieces. I still have the tags on them as well. But they're kind of a grayish color. And I wanted to mix that in somehow, I think. And I can take a little bit of the garland and just tie it around it. And pull it through. I think I'm really liking the look of this, and I may have enough greenery to do what I want. So just as I did it on this end, I'm going to do it on this end. Once I get the look I want, I go back and I tie all my jute double knots. All I have to do is cut this jute off when it becomes time to take it apart, and I have my everyday greenery to put wherever I choose. I do have this one piece that I want to put right here. I'm just going to take my garland and kind of entwine it up in there. I love the lamb's ear mixed with the Christmas greenery. It's very pretty. I'm going to tie this off. Tie this off. So I think I have all my pieces double knotted now, I think. I'll go back and make sure. I sure don't. can leave the jute in there. It doesn't really bother me, but I am going to cut it a little shorter. If I have some long pieces. Now let's get it on the mantle. So I've got it over here to the mantle, and I can do it two different ways. I can sit it on top like this, but I really think that I want to drape it like this, and then I'll have to fill in some more. But I think I can take my garland. Nope. So what I'm going to do is take my jute and tie it around it. And then tie that to these posts. Looks a little crazy right now, but I promise I'll fix it. Maybe I want to lay it over the top. I have another shelf up top. What if I just laid it across the top? That might be super cute. I'm kind of liking it. I'm even liking the jute hanging off. And I had to do the same thing on the one over the window. I had to keep fidgeting with it and keep pulling it and keep fluffing it to make it look right. I have this garland, and I'm thinking about adding that in. Whew. Y'all, I kind of like that. And I love the hand-me-downs. What if I did candles across that? It would be beautiful with candles all the way across. All right, so I have my garland piece draped, and then I have bought these white-washed wooden Christmas trees that really pop against this dark wood. So my thought was to do those on either side. And then in this is my sugar mold, and I've got a ornament caught down inside of it. This is my sugar mold. It's the biggest one I have. This one is an antique. But I thought I would do candles in that. But then, if you remember up here, I have some holes. My daddy carved these Santa Clauses. So I'm thinking just sticking them in here and there. I really like that. So we're done with the mantel area. So on our nightstands, I try to keep it fairly easy and very minimal, because we do use our nightstands like charging our cell phones and alarm clocks and all that good stuff. But I did receive this beautiful Christmas tree from one of my really, really dear friends, and I want that to go on this little tray. I do trays on my coffee tables, end tables. That way I can pick up the whole tray, move it off, not have to disturb really much of my decor, and then dust and then put it back on fairly easy. I got this gravy bowl from my mother. It's a silver. It's not been cleaned. Y'all know how I love just the look of that tarnished silver. It's absolutely gorgeous to me. And I wanted to use that on here. And then I put these white ornaments on the Christmas tree, and I got one of each style, and I'm just going to layer those in the bowl. Just as I did in the other room, I was going to layer an ornament on the light. I think it needs to drop down a little. So what I'll do is cut me a piece of jute, tie that on, and hang it this way, but just to add a little bit more pops of green, I put a little bit of ribbon on it. I love that. So this is my husband's side of the bed. I'm just going to keep his super simple. I'm going to add a couple of antlers around the lamp. I picked this up from Hobby Lobby just to add a pop of color over here. And then I'm going to do the same little piece over here. I was making the bed this morning, getting ready for work, and I realized I did not share with you all how I did this bed. So this is the comforter that we normally have on the bed. It's got the striped side. This is that hearth and hand, and I just turned it over to the white side with the black little X's on it. And then I bought this duvet. I bought this duvet off of Amazon. I have less than $100. I covered one of our comforters and I just covered the pillows, and I think it's really, really pretty in here and really goes with the garland that I made. I may have to cut this video in a couple of separate ones because it was so lengthy. So come back tomorrow for part 2. Thank y'all so much and have an awesome day.